Hey VC Method students, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to another video of hok'stutoring. Today we'll be going through a tutorial video going through question 18 of chapter 4a. So the very last question of the polynomial subtopic. And without further ado, let's get into the question. Question 18. Show that the equation ax squared minus bracket a plus b close bracket times by x plus b equals to 0 has a solution for all values of a and b, meaning you can have one solution or having more than one solution, but you must have a solution at the very least. And as we learned previously in year 11, or you can refer back to the previous tutorial video in question 17, if we want to solve for values that would give us, multiple solutions or zero solutions or one solution, we use our favorite symbol, the discriminant, right here. So what is that equation, or what is that formula? Well, the discriminant is given by b squared minus 4ac, a being the coefficient in front of x squared, b coefficient in front of the x, and c the coefficient in front of the one without the x, essentially just that number, okay? And we want this to be bigger than 0 for two solutions, and equals to 0 for one solution, and then less than 0 if we don't want any solution. But in this case, we want a solution for all values of a and b. So you could say that it's 1, but then it's also, if I was to try to interpret this, you can also say two solutions. So it'll be both of them. So the goal of this question is we want discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac, to be bigger than or equals to 0, okay? So let's get into the question. So what is b squared? Well, b squared is essentially just this bracket with the minus. Don't forget the minus. That's also part of the coefficient in front of x. So we get negative a plus b in the bracket fully squared minus 4 multiplied by a, which is a over here, multiplied by c, which is that b, okay? It's a bit confusing. It's like, oh, what's using b for c? But guys, remember, these are just symbols, notations. So c is just the number that doesn't have an x, okay? So in this case, you would get the negative squared, which becomes a positive. We know that whenever you square a negative number, it also becomes a positive. And the bracket will just get squared itself, and then you have minus 4ab, and we expand this a little bit, and you get a squared plus 2ab plus b squared minus 4ab, and conveniently you can simplify a little bit, so you get minus 2ab plus b squared. Well, does this look a bit familiar? Yes, it does, because that is a perfect square, and you can simplify it back into your perfect square. So you get a minus b squared. If you want to check, you can expand this and you'll get the same answer. So we now come into the question where is this number over here, a minus b fully squared, is that bigger than or equals to 0? That's the question, right? Well, we know, and the good thing here is that square exists. We know that for any value, and we'll call that value c, so c, for any value that is squared, that value, you can try anything, okay, is always bigger than or equals to 0. So for any given real value of any number, whatever number it is, you square that thing, whether it be negative 5 or 2.1 or square root 3 or 0, it would all, when you square that, you always get 0 or bigger than 0. So because that is the case, then your discriminant, because a minus b squared is always bigger or equals to 0, your discriminant would then always be bigger or equals to 0. And if that's the case again, then that would mean you have the equation. You just rewrite the equation down again. So the equation would have a solution or solutions for all values of a and b. So it doesn't matter what a and b is. A can be 5, b can be 10. A can be 2 and b can be 0. A can be 1 and b can be 1. No matter what values of a and b's you get, when they subtract each other but then squared, you would always have a discriminant that is bigger or equals to 0, and then therefore you have a solution at the very least. Okay guys, so that is how you solve for question 18. A bit of a, I wouldn't say the hardest question, it's a bit tricky, but it's a good use of proving, learning how to prove some answers. So guys, that is it for chapter 4a, question 18. I hope you found this video useful. And again, if you're watching this at the start of 2020, or if you're watching it now, I suppose, as the video is getting uploaded, then I hope you and your family are safe and that and safe from the virus. That's what I mean. And that you are taking care of yourself. And again, commend you for sticking to your study routine and still studying even though you're forced, even though you're probably not going to school or under all these very stressful situations. So guys, if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I would try my best to get into it, but otherwise, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.